Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of having communication and big tech monopolies exist in our society. And one of the pros of having communication monopolies is the accessibility and connectivity that these communication monopolies allow. They allow people in the farthest corners of the earth to stay up to date on current world events and feel connected to the rest of the world, and that's something that's never really been possible before in human history. um you know and the second pro is the innovation and technological advancements that big tech companies allow. These big tech companies, they invest heavily in their research and development departments, and it leads to really exciting innovations in things like artificial intelligence, cloud computing, data analytics, and it really helps foster economic growth in a way. And that leads me into my third pro, which is the economic contributions that these big tech companies allow. And so I found a report from this website, Dataflog, I believe is what it's called. Um, and basically in 2019, the tech industry was responsible for 10% of the United States' gross domestic product, with a revenue of $1.8 trillion dollars. So it wouldn't be unfair for us to say that the tech industry is really helping to drive the economy and put money in people's wallets. But there are also some downsides to having these communication monopolies. And one of these downsides is the monopoly power that can come along with these big tech companies. We talked in lecture, in the lecture, How Big is Too Big, um, about how since June 2012, there has been like a 22% decrease in the number of startups in America. And I think that in part can be blamed on, big tech companies like Amazon and Apple and Microsoft, who, like we talked about in lecture, they just have a kill zone around them where, if you try and start a startup that has anything to do with a sector that Apple's in or they want to get in, they'll kill your business or they'll buy you out. And so it makes it very hard for there to be any competition with these businesses. And another negative is the data privacy and security concerns that come along with these big tech companies. There was a report in the Coastal Business Journal about how there have been 17 data breaches in big tech companies between 2014 and 2017, where hundreds of millions of pieces of people's data was leaked and made public on the internet, you know, and that can really ruin lives. And so I think with big tech, it's obviously a tool that we're going to need going forward, but there has to be more regulation with how it's used and how these big tech companies are allowed to operate.